The Jawans, whatever training you give it to them, they face a different situation on the ground, whether it is the war or peace. Nature doesn't follow instructions taught in the classroom. The Jawans do is they innovate and succeed. They never fail. Jawans never fail. Therefore, officers don't fail. Unified Andhra Pradesh, there was no innovator in the record of National Innovation Foundation. Then I asked Dr. Mashelkar, are Telugu people not brilliant? I think innovation is informal. Innovation is in the part. Innovation is not a trait by itself. It comes out of passion, commitment and creativity God has given.
Welcome to Neoscience Hub. As a part of presenting the latest happenings in science and technology around us to Neoscience Hub viewers, today we are going to meet Brigadier P Ganesham. The backbone of Palle Srujana, which means Rural Innovations in Telugu, is its founder, President, retired Brigadier P Ganesham. He retired from the Indian Army in October 2005 and founded Palle Srujana a month later. The idea had been brewing for a while during his service. Palle Srujana is a voluntary organization based in Hyderabad, India, was for aiding and promoting creativity at grassroots level in the states of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. It pursues the mission of National Innovation Foundation, India, NIF India. Palle Srujana has been supporting rural innovators since November 2005, helping some of them get patents, apply for national level innovation awards and take part in exhibitions, all of which boost the commercial viability of their creations. He founded Palle Srujana with the intention of being a connecting link between rural innovators and the different stakeholders. Come and enjoy this session with Brigadier P Ganesham's demonstrations and his personal interaction with Neoscience Hub team.
Now, a lot of people go to the cities as a floating population for mandal, district, headquarters, a lot of work they go. Even mandal headquarters gets about 400, 500 people every day. District headquarters gets about 1000 people every day. Floating population. They all come from villages. They have small cell phones which does not withstand charge whole night. Where do they charge them? Anywhere you ask 20 rupees, 30 rupees, otherwise you don't give it. Now what we did, the boy did it, a solar one, and you can put, got bad. There are 6 chargers. You put your, the points are available, only phone has to be kept. There is no charger required. Now they put it here, 10-15 minutes charging is over. So 220 pieces have been established in Telangana by collectors. It is made by one boy Raju, Narsapet district. And established like a public facility. We only think of airport. Why not in the villages? Why not in the bus stand? Why not the hospitals? Why not the temples? What does it cost? No battery. It's only daytime. Battery means maintenance doesn't work. So it's only sun, do it, that's it. And that's enough. So this kind of a, it brings respect to the system. People start respecting you. Today you deny them, they don't respect you, but they find confrontation. That's what increasing today. Breaking the law, confrontation, because we don't respect the people. So when you want to put nursery, the cotton, anything, mirch or wet tomato, you have to take a nursery plant, put it like this, put it there and put it like this, right? Now to avoid that, this man made this. So just put this. One man can do 1 acre, 10,000 plants comfortably without bending in rest. And this is just a tube. Now this is what is required to reduce the pain of people. And productivity. And you want to have a tool, you make it your hand. Maybe he needs higher, I need lower. Make it a hand tool. But that's it. Once you equip it, you use it, give it to others. In the village in Devarkonda, near Devarkonda, he made a frame with one cycle, and there is something you can attach here. For this, attach there. So you can add any attachments you can have rear or front depending on the use. So that have to separately made. Now in the rear he made 2 of them. One is you can plow, soft mud you can plow, half acre, 1 acre, vegetables they can do themselves. After rain, like all these rains are there, just plow it comfortably. And what shape you want, what width you want, depth you want, your own. Now, second, even this height, it has to adjust it depending on the individuals. Can be done. Now, we can also have this where you want the weeding.
Weeding, yeah.
You put this, the weeds keeps coming out. Or whatever, you can make any kind of a thing, put it in the rear. So, this is one method. Other is put in the front. Harvester throws the grass in the field and small pieces, leaves 8 inches in the ground and another 4-5 inches throws in the piece. How do you collect it? And collection becomes labor cost, and sometimes scorpions bite you. But harvester is not worried, mechanized person is not worried. I deny you grass. A farmer is supposed to get grains and grass from each crop. Suddenly the rain comes, or they want to put them together, they have to do physically. Enormous effort required for this. And small farmers, labor is not available, they do it. There is he made this for, is I put it like this and push it 30 kg at a time, gets heaped. He saw his mother's and father's troubles and made it. Now that is the beauty of our people. How do you catch it for the betterment of nation? Imagine this is there with every village, every farmer. Don't you think productivity will improve, happiness will improve, and what investment the government has made? IIT में एक को 5 crore spend करते हैं. They don't make even half of this. So when we passes somebody of 20 minutes, one boy came and said, Pichaya is a poor farmer, 1 acre farmer, the poorest man in the village. He says, I made something. He mustered the courage to say in front of somebody. So I said, leke aao. So he went, and in 20 minutes he came back, 30 minutes he came back. His farm was about 6 kilometers, but he came back so early. He said, how? He said, I made a new one. He made a new innovation, 30 minutes and brought it. This innovation, he made a bottle, pipe, and this everything. You can have a good wooden piece with a sharp end, so it closes it. Okay, that's why he made only 3 items, this and this. Now he puts urea in this. Now urea has been given to us in somewhere 1964-65, and no method to dispense it has been given till today.
Okay.
And every year we spread almost 1.5 lakh crore worth of urea. And how much is really going into the plants, how much is going waste? Has anybody been assessment? You have to bend and do it. Why should they bend? They put like this and go. Because sometimes they get tired. They don't put exactly at the plant. So 35 to 40% being wasted today since 75 years or 65 onwards. We are not bothered about manufacture, subsidy, transport, give it, but how to dispense it. This is a small issue, but all of us have forgotten. Sensitivity is 0. So this boy, he said, he put up what the problem is, location and quantity, 2 things. So he locates where he wants, lifts whatever he wants. More he lifts. Location does it.
He fills it up in urea before, and then he keeps.
He puts urea around, and then go to a plant. Suppose this plant he has to put in. He goes there and lifts it whatever he wants. That much urea goes there, and he wants more. He can put 2-3 times, wherever he wants. So the location and quantity both are controlled by the dispenser, and that's what is required. He saves 35% of the urea. If he saves 35%, nation saves 35%. Your subsidy is saved. Your 35% going to the environment is saved, and the bad effects are saved. Imagine what kind of all things are saved by simple innovation. This everybody can make it. You must get Bharat Ratna for this, as far I am concerned. He has done better job than Bharat Ratnas, all Bharat Ratnas put together. Amazing. And what's the cost? This is locally you can make anything out of it. He puts the bag on the backpack, puts urea in that, and uses this. Now he goes there and presses it. When presses, some amount comes up. So again he can locate it. He can locate it and put it, and comfortably the urea is here. This is another way of doing it. He did it for himself. This can be a little bit bigger shopping. You can have a bigger bag. All can be made in the village. Again, nothing is required.
How does he dispense it? He just pushes.
No, there is a rod goes up. All comes up, opens up. How much to open? He controls it by cutting the cloth. So, and if you want twice, thrice, you can do that. We actually tried taken Shodha Yatra. It got broken in the travel and demonstrations. So many demonstrations. Yeah, climbing the poles, not tree. Pole climber, we have not made anything yet. 2018, this boy made Tirupati from Chirala district. He is going slow because of the complete Goya, and come down, each will take about 500 kgs, each one. He didn't know. We tested Usman Engineering College lab and we found out. That's the kind of hunch they have. They don't make mistakes. So, and this is also, he has got a best entrepreneur award. He sold in 1 year 1.5 crores worth of it. In front of a hut in front of the house, he called his Akka, Baba, Anna, Tamil, whole families worked there, and he sold 1.5 crores. He got the best entrepreneur award. Now he's got awards from all states, Telangana, Andhra, Tamil Nadu. Even today, Tamil Nadu is ordering 1,000 pieces and continuously they give it. He just used one rod, no welding. So one rod and only one welding. So that the strength of the piece is everywhere, strength is there. If you put 3-4 welding, it won't stay there. And then you put a simple. How simple it is, but it saves. How can you go up on this and you slip down and you go once, twice, third time you can't go. If something falls down, you have to come down again. And if they are not there, we don't get electricity, we don't get phone, we don't get cable, we don't get CCTV cameras. But we have not made this. They only help themselves by writing papers and going abroad. And we spend all the public money on them. No, don't they deserve? And if they are not there, we are not there. All of us, even IITs don't get electricity.
Any diameter, any thickness of
No, why any? How can be any? It has all these poles are made about 11 dimensions.
Okay.
That's all, because they can't make big. They can't make big. There is standardization for poles also. The ISO for poles.
Okay.
Jackets when you wear, safety jackets when you wear in the water, go in the water, safety jackets. The safety jacket, right? This is where you wear and go. So safety jacket doesn't allow you to move forward. It only allows you to move, not go down. But he said, why not? So he did this, put a propeller and a waterproof battery. With this you can go 5 kilometers an hour, but using the hands as the steering. Bulletproof material, and is made by a farmer from Maharashtra. And what is inside is, this is all normal sheets. This is not a bulletproof. This is it is made from grams, dals. All dals, it's made from them. You put the flour for the rotis, mix and put it in the room. By evening it becomes harder. If you don't put in the fridge, because 1 week what happens? 1 week you put in the room temperature, what happens to that? You can't hit with a hammer and break it. And if you give it 1 month, you need a road roller to break it. What is happening to the natural parts? They are becoming linear. When the particles become linear, it hardens. Now he realized it, the farmer, and he started making alloy out of it. Koncham senagapappu, koncham ee pappu, aa pappu anni kalpi alloy chesi, he made the strongest material out of that. And he said, then let me put it here, use it for bulletproof, for saving the people. He was thinking of Prime Minister, he was thinking of Chief Minister. So as a farmer, Makarand Kale from Maharashtra, he made this and he tried .22 rifle. It did not go, but .22 rifle, nobody is going to fire. He needs to fire bigger and weapons. How will he try? The farmer, if he goes, somebody says, oh, he's just, how it happened? Nobody recognizes him nor respects him. So he came, we have in search of it, he came to me and he knew I am a brigadier. So I organized firing in greyhounds here, and one of the ADG was a friend of mine. I fired on this a pistol, AK-47, 5.2 infantry rifle, LMG. I fired at 30 feet. Nothing goes through.
AK-47 also.
Nothing goes out of it. And that is the power of innovation. And another thing is, normal bulletproof, what happens when you put a bullet comes, it may not come out, but it makes a dent. It pushes the material, and that sharp, the roundish one, it kills people by breaking the bones. Because the speed is so much, muzzle velocity, but it will not come through. But if the secondary effect of this, also about 30% casualties take place. In this doesn't happen, because when it hits, all the grains go differently. There is nothing like coming back. They all lose grains. They all filter away. No, nothing comes in the rear.
Okay.
It's very lot of information we have seen in watching your video and your practical demonstrations, everything. And thanks for giving us so ocean of information, I will say. And I was thinking to ask you, how did you get this trigger to cover the unknown innovations or unknown discoveries? From where you got this trigger?
I served in the army for 35 years.
Right.
And while serving, I served in Kashmir, served in very difficult areas. And where survival is difficult, but we have to survive and nation get the best out of it. So that's where I saw that Jawans, whatever training you give it to them, they face a different situation on the ground, whether it's the war or peace. Nature doesn't follow instructions taught in the classroom. And what innovators do, Jawans do is they innovate and succeed. They never fail. Jawans never fail. Therefore, officers don't fail. So the innovation, I found it as a part of life there. And it is not taught in the classrooms. It only taught is you win and you do best for the nation. Commitment, passion. And when you have these two, innovation is part of it. We don't want to come back without doing it. So this is what I observed over a period of time. And as when we were young, we did it on the ground. As we went up, we saw others doing it. I realized this amazing thing is going on. Then Kargil war came. I was in Kashmir for 3 years. Then I went to Army headquarters and the Kargil war announced. So I was part of the entire planning and war. There they have done amazing thing. Took a Bofors gun which is about 20 meters long, made into few pieces, took in the aircraft and went and assembled in Dras, which is the highest wind in the world. Not under the shade, open. Open, assembled a gun and fired and won the Kargil war. Who did this? Indian Army Jawans. It got consolidated in mind that the people at the bottom have tremendous amount of innovation ability. And I got convinced, and that's the time Anand Mahendra, we come across some meeting and we did something else, and the innovation within the army which showcased in the Republic Day parade. So he saw that and he called us up and he said, you have to be part of the National Innovation Foundation, and he made us guests for the governing board of NIF. There I met that National Innovation Foundation looks at the grassroots innovations. And as I understood, they said that, oh God, something is already going on. Outside, they also know that the creativity exists at the village. Small it started that in 2000, 2003 I am talking about. And then I said, if this is a fact of the entire society, then it has to be recognized. The significance of these innovations has to be brought out to the limelight, to the formal system, so that they leverage it for the benefit of the nation. And that's the time I saw that in Andhra Pradesh, unified Andhra Pradesh, there was no innovator in the record of National Innovation Foundation. Then I asked Dr. Mashelkar, are Telugu people not brilliant? So he says, no, we don't have voluntary organization. Then I retired in October 2005. 20th November 2005 started Palla Srujana, came here and started this. And that's the way my interest from formal system, informal system has grown.
When I was watching your videos and your demonstrations, I was thinking that you have a good opportunity to start a schools from the KG level, kindergarten level. You can seed the innovation or discovery in young's minds. You have any idea?
No, I don't think I am fit enough. And I also feel that innovation cannot be taught. And if it is somebody teaching, then they are wasting their time, is my conviction. Who taught innovation to villagers? They have not even gone to school. And today we are clapping up the innovations and we know significance. Innovation cannot be taught. But what can be taught is observing problems. You don't need to go to school for that. How did they innovate? They saw the problem, they felt the problem and they solved. So what we need to tell the society, every child, every elder, everybody, not only children. We tell children as if we are innovators. When we are not, how can we teach them? I can become an innovator today. But why don't I ask myself? But we always say teach schools. We pass on the responsibility. We call it escapism. What we have to do is observe the problems around you. Problem in the house, problem in the mother, street, school, all everywhere. And share the problem, analyze the problem. If you don't have the skills to do it, collaborate with people. Somebody who can do it, go and ask him, Nana, Amma, Bhaiya, Bhabi, whoever can do it, uncle. And find solution, give back that to the society, and the problem gets reduced and they get that much happiness. I think innovation is informal. Innovation is in the part. Innovation is not a trait by itself. It comes out of passion, commitment and creativity God has given you. And out of these three, what comes out is innovation, which is an application for the people to use and be happy.
One such innovation, what really was very surprising and it took me to very, very surprise level is stolen bike. How to detect how to find a stolen bike. one person has done at the time of buying the bike, he fits SIM into the bike. I think he will elaborate it.
Mahesh from Medchal has done it. So many innovations like that. You see that handloom innovation I found. It's everybody does it now. It was came to me 10 years back. That time it was now everybody does it. Now you have to have a SIM so that you know the geo position. Wherever it goes, you can find it out. Not only that, it happens is that anybody else try to use a wrong key or a something way. It says, I am being stolen, I am being stolen. It makes audio noise.
Right.
So it makes noise, people will, the man runs away unless you have a proper key. So a lot of things are there. But what I am saying is, look at the handloom machine, the leg operating machine. 28 lakhs looms are there in the country. And entire is the next biggest unorganized sector after farming. This is to go to every person. The productivity of the nation improves, doubles overnight in this unorganized sector. Now innovations are amazing. Every innovation reduces the pain of millions of people. I don't want to scale which is higher level. We have a system of rating, system of contribution. It's not that. If it reduces this much pain, for me as good as anything like ASO machine. We have to teach children that pain is important, not the metrics. We have to get out of this metrics. And why compare with Albert Einstein with due regards to them? Mallesham is a scientist by himself. Every innovative scientist by himself. Shiva is inventors. Why say Shiva is Shiva? You call Shiva only. Why compare with somebody else? I am not saying they are less, but they are without anything, like Albert Einstein didn't have anything. They came up to treat him exactly Shiva has done it. Teach people I met Shiva. We have to be proud of our people. And if you and I are proud, children will be proud.
More innovations from the agriculture and farming and mechanical engineering sides. I still feel that from the rural areas or wherever you are going, there will be lot of innovations regarding astronomy, meteorology, or all those areas what we have not thought it over so far. You have any identified?
Yes, see in the short time I have 400 plus innovations, 2000 practices recorded, patented many of them. How much I can tell you in 2 hours time? We have done all this. When you go to villages, we don't go for this, we go for any creative activity in the village. It can be a recipe, it can be an art, it can be a treatment of animal, anything which it innovates and gives happiness to the people and animals. That's the problem. We go in livelihood activity. We have fisheries, we are weaving, we have seeds, we have plants, we have storage practices, we have human medicines. Everywhere innovations are there, and innovations in the human lifestyles. Amazing lifestyles. Stories are so good. You listen to them, goosebumps come up. I feel like living like them. Lifestyles, not niradambaran gavi. It's a question of living for others throughout their life, without conditions. Amazing people. All the stories we publish in our magazine. We publish in our magazine. Every month, every 2 months, we publish a magazine. All the stories we have seen, all this we publish it. Thanks for the suggestion, but we don't leave anything. Everything we see. We go for the herbal medicine. We go there. Says, where is that man? He said, man is there in the corner, nobody looking at him. We go there, sit at his feet, listen to him, and he tells the whole thing. We believe that every old person dies, a library is burnt.
I read it in your website.
If we don't take that knowledge before they go away, we lose that permanently. And we tell children, we tell everybody, get from grandparents, get knowledge, write it down, put a photo, I'll publish in this page, wherever you want to publish it. Send it. Especially above 90 years. We go to villages, above 90 years, we touch their feet, sit there, take their blessings, go to their house. When anybody lives to 90 is a divine. With so many controversies, so many cancers, so many blood pressures, if the man has lived 20 years, he is closer to God, he is almost God living. We believe that and we do that. What kind of advice they give us?
I wanted to ask you, what is the future of those innovations which are not made use for the public so far, or which have not been commercialized so far?
Your guess is as good as mine. See, if innovation is there, the problem there, solution there. If solution is not gone to the people who are affected by the problem, there is something wrong with the society. And society is gone by formal system, not by informal people. We are that much handicapped. We are that much defunct in our system, hollow in our talk. Paripurnata is not there. We only look for all the coming from outside marketing products which are required for only 5% people. For the masses, where is the marketing taking place? Where is the search of solution taking place? Nobody does. Our system is not existing. We have to change. We have to accept that we are not good. We have to accept that we have to work hard to identify this jnana. Don't ignore children. Don't ignore anyone. I'll tell you a story. We were walking in Araku Valley, one of Sudha Yatras. A French journalist was walking with us, and he came to cover it. And when we were going, we saw about sheep coming from in front of us, a group of head of sheep. Then he looked at them. He said, "Brigadier, they are all looking same to me, and I also can't make a difference. But we know that they are not same because shepherd can identify." So I told him same thing. He didn't agree. So I said, "Okay, let's ask the shepherd." The shepherd came at the end of the herd, and he asked the question. I translated, and shepherd smiled. When do you smile? When you're comfortable, you smile. You smile because you know the answer. You smile because you have asked him the question which he knows.
Also, you smile because he is asking a very simple question.
No. Simply something.
According to him.
If you know, simple. That means your area basically. It's not simple. The question of you know it or not. Now, and we borrowed a book from Frenchman's hand. Opened the book like this, and he said, "All these look same to me. For him, letters are same. For us, sheep are same. Tell me who is bigger? In the world, in our understanding, what we have seen last 16 years, nobody is less than you. You must respect them because they're human beings and tap him, learn from him, listen to him. Then you know his greatness." We don't do that. We do by visiting card. That's what I was telling you, visiting cards. When I wanted to come back to this sector, I said, "Let me not earn anymore." First decision I have taken, no earning, pension comes. So where do I go? I went to the formal system. I said, "I am so and so. Tell me what can I do?" They saw the visiting card, and they said, "Oh, you are so and so." I said, "I am not, because I am not doing anything what I have learned in the last 60 years. I have become zero today." They said, "You are useless to us." Then I went to the village. They don't ask me a visiting card. They see me. They ask questions. Why I have come, my genuinity. And then they accept you or don't accept you. So tell me who is more civilized? People who see visiting card and accept you? People who see you and accept you? Now that's my started my learnings. Amazing.
Would you also focus on the cities where innovation will be equally available like
Yes,
rural?
Urban slums, informal sector. Because we draw a line. Grassroots innovations we define as those who have not done 12th class and below, who have done 12th class and below. That's why we define. Recently we wanted to get into graduation, but it takes time. So we have about 30-35 innovations from city. There's a lady, 75 years lady, came in auto to our place from LB Nagar. 75 years lady with her mother who is 95. Both came in auto. She came with a beautiful idea of washing clothes, sitting and washing. She came and said, "Give me a bucket, give me your dirtiest doormat, and 10 minutes she washed it perfect." Talking to the tuck, she didn't do it. They come and tell us. Somebody makes jhadus in Hyderabad, somebody near Dilsukh Nagar. He made a small machine to make jhadus. So it's everywhere. We go everywhere, wherever informal sector. We call it grassroots, 12th class and below. We have innovation all over.
I have few problems. I think I have the privilege of telling you. Whenever I walk or whenever I drive through the lanes, by lanes or cities or wherever, I see the water logging everywhere. I always feel that the good natural water is coming from the sky, is being wasted, or it is not properly channelized in our city life or wherever we are. Is there a possibility that we can save? I don't think that 100% whatever rainwater that we can save or we can store somewhere. Is it possible that we can utilize at least 80, 70, 90% of that actually? This is my problem. I always worry that the water, natural water given by God is being wasted. I heard in some countries like I heard, I think in Maldives or somewhere, each and every droplet of water they store it on the terrace. They have huge storage silos type, and that water they use throughout the because to get a sweet water or a normal water is difficult in so many countries. Saline water you will get it. We have abundant rainwater, we have abundant sunlight, but I don't think we do any steps to store that or save that in a proper way. This is my one observation. I have few more. You can add or you can answer to my question.
Yeah. You see, all are created problems, created by human beings. We didn't care for the nature. We thought we were above the nature. Everything what we do as a human being, we are the kings of nature, kings of the earth, or dominant people of the earth. And that's why irresponsibly we do whatever we want, not considering the nature. Nature has a predictable and certain path, some predictable and unpredictable behavior. Now, predictable behavior of nature, whether it is fire or air or water, that has to be considered in our planning. And if we don't consider known features of nature, they will hurt you, and unknown features in any case hurt you. So we compounded the problem by doing this. Everything can be done. I came to Hyderabad in 1955 first time, when I was 7 years old. There was no waterlogging. Rain was same. It came because we made our city such a way that waterlogging is inevitable. And then we cried. After the road, he left mud, 4 feet mud. After that, the footpath, the granite, and then again mud. Road water slides and goes in, and the other water sets into the earth. Not even a single drop used to, no flooding at all. Beautifully designed. I am talking about Hyderabad because I saw it, but many cities were like that. Villages were like that. Water is very good. When you find slope, it goes. To create a slope, or don't remove the existing slope, you level it. Whenever you find something, you will level it. That is unnatural, totally unnatural, and it has problems. So we got to be careful. Neither we learn nor we teach our children. As far as the collection of rainwater is concerned, there is no problem at all. You don't need any extra. Hyderabad has got, CHMC has got less than 1000 square kilometers area, and the total water collected is amazing, about 800 centimeters, 600 centimeters comes up here.
Do you have any final comment to the Neo Science Hub viewers, readers?
See the problem, find a solution, make people comfortable. For coexistence, and like all innovators do, they do exactly the same thing. They are not mandated to do, they are not empowered to do, they don't have resources to do, but yet they mandate themselves. Some people do 7 years, 8 years, 12 years they do for innovation. Mallesham took 7 years to develop a machine to reduce the pain of his mother, 7 years. Tell me who does this? This is what we have learned from these innovators. All the scientists have facilities perhaps. Let's not talk about this, talk about the innovators. Why are they doing it for removing social problems? Are there not something to learn from them? So what we need to do is, we have to work for 2 basic tenets which I repeat again, coexistence and interdependence. To ensure this in the system, we have to contribute. We have to contribute for their survival, their growth. So 2 tenets, growth. And why man lives is for contribution. Contribution to maintain these 2, that is the only role man has in my view.
Exactly.
And my contribution to help coexistence and interdependence. You should not go against them, then I am not contributing, I am negative. So that is the only aim for neoscience or new science or science or grassroots. Only thing, as a human being you have to play a role. No, don't play a role of a scientist, don't play a teacher, play a policeman, play a role of human being. When you are human, all others will be part of that role. But you play a scientist, you don't play human. That's what missing today. The role playing has to only one, humans and humans wherever you are. And that we don't teach. And that sitting in that seat of power, you get arrogant. Because you play that role. But you play human role, you never be arrogant, you are humble. Villages people, these people are, they are so humble throughout their life, despite their achievements. They don't even brag about it. They don't publish a visiting card. So that's the way it is. You got to, in my view, you got to contribute for sustenance of interdependence and coexistence.
Thanks for sharing your valuable time and your valuable information to Neoscience Hub. We owe a lot to you actually. Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming and spending your time.